Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to Jen's Place. Today I will be doing my review of Little Women Atlanta Season 6, Episode 4, Mismanagement. So, when the show first starts off, the girls are still at the shaman, meeting with him. And as we know, Abira walked off and the twins are there talking with the girl that's helping the shaman. And basically, the shaman and the lady is telling them, you can't give people your energy. And when people act that way, you need to just um, learn how to, let it go and move on. Like when you're in this difficult situations, it teaches you how to manage your anger. That's what the lady was telling them, and um but as we see further down the line that they was not brought up that way. Any of them were not brought up that way, to except for probably Miss Juicy. Anyways, then that was over with that, you know. And then we see Minnie. She is at home. Minnie and her boyfriend are at home, and she's not feeling well. She wasn't feeling well like a lot of these episodes seem like. She was not feeling well. She's still sick, and she asked her boyfriend to make her some tea. So he first makes the tea with cold water, and it didn't work. So she told him, you need to use hot water. So he goes in and makes the tea and gives it to her. Then her mom walks in. And her mom is just now getting off from work. And she's like, how are you doing? And stuff like that. And she was like, I'm sick. And he made me some tea, but he made it with cold water. And her mom's like, that's why, you need your mom here, because I know what to do. I know to put a cough drop in there. I know to put lemon in there and honey and all that stuff for you. I've been taking care of you all your life, so I know, what to do with you. Ooh, excuse me. So then Minnie and her mom goes down memory lane about when Minnie was growing up. And when she was in school, she used to get picked on, so because she was a little person. So this particular day, Minnie was getting picked up from school. Her mom was there picking her up, and Minnie was looking all sad, I guess, and her mom asked, "What's wrong?" And she said they was picking on me at school. This girl called me a midget, and so her mom was like, "Point him out. Who is she? Who is she?" So the mom hopped on the bus. The little girl was already on the bus. And so Minnie's mom hopped on the bus and commenced to tell the little girl, this little child, that she will beat her ass and beat her mama's ass. And whoever else she brings along. All the kids on the bus was probably terrified to see this big old woman coming up to this little small child telling them what she's going to do. And she was proud of that she did that. And you could tell that, the mom was proud of it. And, Minnie's mom was proud of it. And she was going to do anything that she could to protect her daughter. But you have to think about this, Minnie's mom, that that little girl had a mom too. That little girl had family too. What if they would have came? You should have went and talked to her mom and her parents instead of going to the child with a grown-up situation. That's something that you handle with the mom, with the parents, not with the child. Because you don't know, that lady could have pressed charges on you, anything. Her mom could have, pressed charges on you for coming for a kid. But that was probably like way back in the day, and they didn't do that kind of stuff. But nowadays, you would have been in big trouble, Minnie's mom. anyways, that was that with them. And then, we see, who else do we see? Abira. And Abira is getting her daughter off of the bus. And she says that that's a routine that they do every day. Her and her son Jay Henry goes and gets her daughter that's 7 years old, gets her off of the bus. I think her name is Phoebe. Anyways, they go get her off of the bus, and they both walk down there, get her off of the bus. They hug, all this stuff, and then her two kids run and they race to the house. So when she gets in the house, she's talking with her mom on the phone, and they're talking about, basically she's telling Abira, because Abira feels alone there in Atlanta, and she feels like she has nobody. She thought that coming to Atlanta she would be able to mix with the girls because they're all little people, and that they was just gonna have a good relationship with one another. But we all know that her and the twins don't get along. But her mom just basically is encouraging her to tell, oh, that was before that. We see Abira and her daughter, her oldest daughter go, scratch that. Her oldest daughter and Abira meet up at a place, and they are eating and talking, and she just wants, her oldest daughter's name is Tabira. And so Abira said that she had her daughter at a young age. She was 16 when she got pregnant and 17 when she had the little girl. And, she didn't really get to live her life because of the fact that she was a teen mom. And so, in order to prevent her daughter from making the same mistakes that she made, she's kind of like really tough on her, because her daughter is now the age that Abira was when she had her, so she doesn't want her to make the same mistakes that she made. So, they're talking, and the daughter's like, I don't really have friends out here. I'm not going to like no social events or anything like that. I'm not doing any of that because you are afraid that I'm going to get pregnant like you did. And Abira just lets her know, like, I'm not afraid. I'm just trying to do the best that I can do, as a mom with what I have. And I just want you to be safe. I want you to be able to experience life. I want you to do all the things that you want to do. I want you to get your education. I want you to go to enlist in the Navy. I want a lot of things for you. So, they end the conversation with crying and hugging each other, and Abira lets her know that I'm always here for you. I love you. I'm your mom, and nothing is ever going to change that, so you always got me regardless. So anyways, after that, we see Abira talking with her mom on the phone, and her mom is telling her that, just try to get along with those girls. You have to make it there because you are there with your 4 kids. Your kids are important. You need to do what you want to do in Atlanta. That's what you need to do. Otherwise, you could come back to Florida and live here. So that was the end of that. Abira, she just feels all alone, and that was the end of their conversation. So then what is next? The twins. So Amanda is going to go meet up with the vocal coach from the last episode, and he had gave her some things to do, which, as a singer, you're not supposed to drink milk, eat dairy, any kind of dairy like cheese and all that stuff. So she has been doing that. He wanted her to practice multiple times a day throughout the day, and she just lets him know, basically, I did not practice, and I did drink milk. So she's not prepared for this, You know, I don't feel like she really wants to do this. She's just doing it. You know, she's just doing something to do something. And so, anyways, he told her that, asked her, does she have a manager? She said, yeah, she does have a manager, which is Minnie. And he's trying to let her know, like, friends, it's not a good idea for friends to be your manager. Friends or family, you need, you know, somebody that's actually going to book the gigs and do what they need to do as a manager. And he tells her that, you know, he believes that she can do it, but she just needs to buckle down and do it. You know, practice more than 10 minutes a day. And that was that with that. He set her up with to do some dance and stuff. And he told her, you know, basically that he can't work with her unless she has a manager and stuff. And, you know, he wants to see and go from there. And so, anyways, then we see Andrea, and her and Monty meets up, and Chris comes along too. I don't know why he showed up. But anyways, they go to Monty's new apartment, and Monty lets us know that Moreland, her ex-husband or whatever he is, her husband, is the one that paid for her apartment because she ain't got no money. She don't have no money. Monty is not doing anything in Atlanta. Like, why are you there? Why do you go there if you're not doing anything? It seems to me this whole episode, Monty was just following around people. She was following around the twins. She's following around Abira, then going to go meet up with Juicy, you know. So, yeah, they go over there. They talking about what happened at the shaman, and they toast to Abira's new place. Monty's new place. And then basically Monty asks her what she wants to do, because Andrea's telling her, you know, my sister's doing her own thing, I want to do my own thing, and I've been thinking about modeling. So Chris is basically like, you know, not supportive of her. He don't think that she's gonna do it, you know, because they start so much stuff and then they don't follow through with it. So anyways, after that, we see the twins, Monty and Minnie, all meet up together, and they go to this dance class that Amanda's coach set up for them. So they do the dances and all that stuff. They was doing the dances. They did it, you know, little routine. Then, you know, they had them sit down and talk. So they are talking about what happened with the shaman and stuff like that, and Abira and all that stuff. Then they start talking about actually, scratch that. Minnie's like, you know, how did you get to do this, you know? And Amanda mentions Dallas, the vocal coach, and Minnie's like, so what are you trying to say? What, you don't want me to be your manager anymore? And Andrea is like, you know, that all the stuff with Abira and stuff, I just don't want to be around her. I don't want to be around any of that. I'm just trying to get my career off and do what I need to do. And if you're not going to make the cut, Minnie, then I'm going to have to figure out something else, basically. So the twins tell her that, you know, she needs to step up as a manager, and she says that she's going to be on it. And then we see Monty and Minnie meet up with Abira at the studio, and Abira's just letting them listen to songs or whatever. Abira lets the girls know that she is going to take her daughter to an outreach program with kids to basically talk to the kids about being a teenage mom, about boys, and about, you know, bullying and stuff like that. And Monty tries to get the twins to get in on it, talking about, we all need to do this, we all need to do that. No, Abira's like, no, this is something that I'm doing for me and my daughter, for our relationship. I don't want them. I don't think that they should come. You know, Monty, sit down somewhere. God. Then we see Andrea getting ready to go meet up with the modeling agency that Minnie did set that up for her. So she got her into a modeling agency there in Atlanta, and she's getting ready to go. And so while she's getting ready to go doing her hair, then Chris is in there asking her, do they know that you a little person or whatever? And she was like, get out, just get out. Then after that, she's there at the modeling agency. And the modeling dude is asking her, like, so, why do you want to be a model? She was like, because, I like, what did she say she like? She likes to look cute in her style and all that, but he basically told her, like, did you do any research about modeling or whatever? And she's all like, he was like, do you have a book? Because when you are a model, you need to have a portfolio. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. And I don't even model, but I know that you have to have a portfolio, which is a book that's showing all your pictures that you got. And she don't have that either. Like, Minnie, you should have been, as the manager, you should have told her that she needed to have a portfolio instead of just setting this up. That just goes to show that Minnie wasn't really doing this because she wanted to do it. She was just doing this because Miss Juicy was already managing people. She tried to do everything that Miss Juicy did. Like, really. That's everything that Miss Juicy did. Minnie was right behind her, and that's how their relationship was. But I don't know. I just think it's kind of crazy. Anyways, she didn't tell her that she needed a portfolio, whatever. So she pulls out her phone and he's like, okay, these are just pictures that you done took at your house, you do photograph well, whatever. Then he asks her to walk for him, like model walk, whatever. And the first time, wasn't really a good walk. And then the second time it was much better. And he told her that he has a modeling gig coming up and he wants her to attend. So we shall see. And he also asked her, like, have you ever seen a little person model before? And she said no. And then we see Minnie goes and meets up with Miss Juicy because Miss Juicy, she is already doing everything. Like, she is a manager. She is on the radio. She has her own sunglasses and stuff like that. And Miss Juicy really be on her stuff. I follow her on Instagram, and she is always doing something. She's always working. So, anyways, Minnie talking about she wants to get into the promoting business. She wants to find a job. And Miss Juicy indicated, like, if it wasn't for me, this girl wouldn't know what to do. Right, because first she was like, I helped her find her apartment. Now she wants me to help her find a job. Like, what the heck? So anyway, she goes to up there to Miss Juicy's office, and Miss Juicy lets her know, I do have a friend that does like promotions and stuff, and he invited me to this event and we can all go. All of us can go and make money. I don't know like what it all entails or whatever, but anyways, they agree. Minnie agrees to go do it and invite all the other girls to go. So they go to the place. They all meet up there. Even Minnie is there. Minnie, Abira, Minnie, the twins, they all there together. So when they get there, Miss Juicy's like, oh, it's kind of like the tension. You can cut the tension with a knife. Like, Abira does speak to the twins. They don't say nothing to her. They just act like she ain't there. Oh, wait. I missed that Abira does go to the... Sorry, guys. Abira does go to the outreach place with her daughter. She does talk to them. She's engaging. They asking her questions, and she's answering them. And it was really a good turnout for her. And Minnie followed along with her, and she started crying or whatever to Abira, telling her that basically that Abira inspires her. So that was that with them. And okay, so when they're there at the thing, you know, Juicy comes back out with the sorry guys, Juicy comes back out with all the stuff because she wants to go meet with the promoter. And she comes back out with these bags like full of costumes and stuff, and she already got hers on. And they were like, oh, look at you, you know. She was like, they was all like, what's in the bag? She was like, excuse me, these is for y'all, you know, you need to put them on, and all we're gonna do is just like pass out stuff, put these on. And Monty is all like, oh, I can't do that because I was bullied growing up. They used to always call me a leprechaun, this and that. Like, girl, you ain't even as little little as them. And so it was just a mess. None of the girls put it on. You know, Abira was going to put it on, but she didn't do it. Anyway, so Juicy's like, okay, whatever, fine. I'm trying to give y'all, we all can make money off of this. Just put it on, you know, and they just didn't want to do it. Talking about they couldn't do it, they wouldn't do it, whatever. So then Juicy goes in there, puts, you know, she got her costume on, she passed out the stuff, come back out 15 minutes later, and she got a whole bunch of money in her hand, and they all looking stupid like, oh, you got all that money. And she was like, yeah, I'm done now. Let's go. We could go, you know. So they leave, and then it's the next day, and on the next day, we see the twins having all this stuff, because around this time, this is when the pandemic like first started. So the twins have an idea of going to go drop off food to the shelter, because as we all know that when the pandemic first started, you know, you couldn't really find much items in the grocery store, you know, bread, canned goods, anything, everything was gone. Rice was gone. What else was gone? Tissue for sure. Couldn't find none of that. And so Miss Juicy meets up over there with them, and she has her box of food, and then they all are going to go drop it off at the shelter. The twins do let Miss Juicy know that Abira and Minnie is coming too, but they call Minnie, and she is sick. And at that time, she did look sick. She is sick, and she said she doesn't want to go out in public at this time, you know, to risk anything. So they go and meet them at the place. They all get there. They all, Abira basically said that since the twins extended an olive branch to her, then she is going to just try and just let it go, and so that they can get along. So they all go, they all meet up, they got masks on and everything like that, and, you know, they drop off their food, they hug, they tell each other that they love each other, and I got a feeling that the next episode, and the episode goes off, but I have a feeling that the next episode is going to be the one where Minnie, you know, passes away, because just the way that it's leading up to it, you know what I mean? So, anyways, we shall see how this goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Come on, you guys, subscribe.